Okay, guys, what's up? It's been a little while since we've done our last episode of HW on the Fly. In this episode, I'm going to talk a little bit about the potential schedule announcement. I'm sorry, not schedule announcement, but potential start of next season for the NHL. And, what this could mean for the Philadelphia Flyers a little bit. So, Deputy Commissioner Bill Daly came out today and announced that the target date for next season is still January 1st. So, they're still looking for, the beginning of January, which means training camp would have to start, I don't know, somewhere in the middle of December, with the teams that were not involved in the playoffs last season starting, potentially getting a week extra of camp. So we're looking at maybe the second week of December to start training camp, which would be about a month away. So that's pretty cool if you're a hockey fan, which if you're watching this, I'm sure you are. Now, our buddy Sam Carchidi from the Philadelphia Inquirer talked a little bit about this on Twitter today. So I'll just summarize this a little bit. So the NHL still plans to start its season on January 1st. It's considering a 48 to 60 game schedule. And they are considering some hub cities, some possibly a bubble. Home teams still want to play their games at home. So there's going to be away games. So I'm not sure what they're going to do there. The latest plan, and it seems like the plan that they're going to go with right now, is to have the season end in mid-July. The earlier they end, the more normal the 2021-2022 season can start, which, I think all of us want to return to some form of normal sooner rather than later. So the sooner they start the season, sooner they can end it, the sooner we can get back to starting hockey in October again. Daly said the league was cognizant of coronavirus infections increasing at a rapid rate in North America and said the league had to remain flexible, but as of right now, they are looking to start on January 1st. Added, if circumstances cause the season to be pushed back a week or two, so be it. We're going to make sure that all factors we want answered are answered before an official schedule is released. So because of the coronavirus, they're thinking that divisions might change a little bit. And the Flyers, who compete in the Metropolitan Division, as we know that there's 8 teams in that division, stacked division, the Flyers will undoubtedly move to a division with the 2 New York teams, the Rangers and Islanders, New Jersey Devils, and the Washington Capitals. So Sam has here, you can call it the bus division because they're all within driving range on a bus. That's interesting. Number of divisions is still being discussed. The NHL currently has a 4-division setup, but it might grow for this upcoming season, which would be interesting because personally, I liked when they had the 5-team division and they played like 8 times a year. You guys remember that? So there are still travel restrictions between Canada and the United States, which potentially could mean we see an all-Canadian division, which I think would be fun. The league has not decided on how the schedule will work and whether Eastern Conference teams will play Western Conference teams. I'm another old school guy when it comes to that stuff. I want to play Western Conference teams as the least amount as possible. If that means one time a year, that's fine. That's what I think it should be. Training camps are, like I mentioned, they're expected to open mid-December. So, we're going to find out a lot between now and the beginning of December, what's going to happen here, guys, because it's going to come quick, so it's going to be interesting. There could be limited capacity as far as home games if when they start, or depending if things, go south a little bit here. I'm sure that we won't see fans because apparently the virus is more contagious inside than it is outside. That's why we're seeing limited fans now at football and whatnot. And I think they had fans at the World Series and everything because that was all outside. However, as we know, hockey and basketball are inside, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. So there's a lot to dissect here. If you guys want to read the rest of the article, head over to theinquirer.com and go find Sam's article there. I know everybody loves Sam Carchidi, right? There's not as much For me, I mean, it was just news. Wasn't big news, wasn't anything that we didn't already know or expect. I think we all had January 1st in our minds for the restart, and we haven't really been told anything different. Now, one thing that they're not going to start out with, there's not going to be the Winter Classic, and at least not right away. I mean, I think it would be cool to see eventually. I mean, it is an outside event. It would be nice to have some fans be able to go watch a hockey game in person. But if I was a betting man, I wouldn't bet on it. I don't think that we would see a Winter Classic unless things drastically get better, unless somehow a vaccine comes out and a lot of people take it and, end up getting better. So interesting. So if the Flyers were in a division now with New York, the Islanders, Rangers, Devils, Caps, Flyers, that's 5 teams there. They wouldn't have to, Pittsburgh wouldn't be in a division. The Blue Jackets wouldn't be in a division. Hurricanes, tough team there. Interesting how that would shape up. So obviously the Islanders knocked the Flyers out last year. They dominated the Capitals. They dominated the Rangers. I think they gave up a game or maybe 2 to New Jersey. I have to go back and check that out. And I'm missing somebody or no? So I like their prospects. If that's the division, they're going to win the division, in my opinion. They'd see Laviolette a bunch of times. It would be fun. A lot of opportunities to get revenge on the Islanders. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So if you're seeing this now, make sure you go check out our podcast episodes. We just put out a new episode of The Bright Side, came out this morning. Awesome episode with Josh. I love recording with Josh. Check that out. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Spotify. Go check out the Full Press Coverage app. Download it to your phone. It's a great app. Very easy to navigate. Check out the HW episode we just put out with Jack and Kyle. Make sure you guys go check that out. Awesome stuff there as well. And if you haven't figured it out by now, we are teamed up with Manscaped. So make sure you guys head over to manscaped.com. Go buy something. Use our code HW for 20% off at checkout. They have awesome stuff over there, man. They have a redesigned electric trimmer. The Manscaped engineering team has perfected the greatest ball hair trimmer ever created and just released the new and improved Lawnmower 3.0. Third generation trimmer features a cutting edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents. And guys, when I say grooming accident, we all know what that means. You cut your nutsack or potentially, the goods. As Josh would say, your sex utensils. So go check out manscaped.com. Go buy something. They have a lot of excellent stuff. I just received some product today. I can't wait to use it. My significant other can't wait till I use it. So do yourself a favor. Do your significant other a favor. Head over to manscaped.com. Use our code HW at checkout. 20% off. Christmas is coming. Your birthday's coming. Buy yourself a present. Buy your spouse a present. If you're the spouse, buy your guy a present. And, make sure his balls are taken care of. So at that, we're going to end this episode of HW on the Fly. Thanks for checking it out, guys. Have a good weekend.